Have you ever walked into a space so charming it feels like a warm hug? That's the magic of tiny cottage home design, where every nook tells a story and intentional living meets undeniable style. Whether your heart beats for rustic farmhouse kitchens, the soft romance of shabby chic home decor, or clever solutions for compact living, Cottage style proves that you don't need endless square footage to create a home bursting with personality. The secret? Mixing vintage character with smart functionality, ensuring every inch works as hard as it looks good. Ready to transform your space into a cozy retreat that's equal parts practical and beautiful?
Welcome to Rustic Elegance. Let's embark on a journey through the beauty of rustic decor, celebrating the warmth, simplicity, and natural charm of this timeless design.
Tiny cottage living, smart farmhouse kitchen hacks, and dreamy shabby chic decor for small spaces. This guide is your roadmap to creating that picture-perfect cottage vibe, even in the smallest spaces. We're diving into farmhouse kitchen storage ideas that'll make you wonder how you ever lived without them, plus shabby chic decorating tips that bring timeless elegance to any room. You'll discover how to organize tiny kitchens like a pro, master the art of distressed furniture, shop smart for budget-friendly vintage decor, and layer textures that make guests never want to leave. From open shelving inspiration to DIY upcycling wins, these ideas prove that limited space definitely doesn't mean limited charm. Whether you're fixing up a countryside escape, bringing cottage warmth to a city apartment, or just craving a refresh with 2025 farmhouse trends and romantic touches, you're in the right place. Get ready to embrace cozy minimalism where every weathered frame, reclaimed shelf, and soft throw pillow comes together to create your perfect sanctuary. Let's celebrate the simple, beautiful art of cottage living, one thoughtful detail at a time. One. Smart vertical storage, farmhouse kitchen ideas for maximum space. Open shelving has become a total game changer for farmhouse kitchen design, especially when you're working with a tiny cottage layout where bulky cabinets can feel suffocating. Swap those upper cabinet doors for rustic wooden planks or iron brackets, and suddenly you've got breathing room plus gorgeous display space. The trick to nailing this look? Be picky about what goes on display. Group dishes by color for that satisfying visual flow, stack classic white plates for timeless appeal, and tuck woven baskets on lower shelves to hide the not-so-pretty stuff. This approach turns everyday items into decor while keeping everything you need within easy reach. Talk about form meeting function. Going up, using every inch to the ceiling. When your tiny cottage kitchen is short on floor space, it's time to look up and make friends with your walls. Install cabinets that stretch all the way to the ceiling, or stack vintage crates and pretty boxes on top of existing storage for seasonal items you don't use daily. A pegboard wall system painted in soft sage or crisp white becomes both art and organization. Hang cast iron pans, copper cups, and cooking tools for a look that's as functional as it's stunning. Vertical thinking transforms wasted space into valuable storage, and honestly, it looks incredibly intentional and stylish too. Island magic, small footprint, big impact. The right kitchen island can completely revolutionize your cottage kitchen storage while giving you much-needed workspace and serious style points. Hunt for a vintage farmhouse table with drawers that can pull double duty as an island, or choose a compact butcher block piece with shelving underneath for cookbooks and pretty baskets. Brands like Magnolia Home offer perfectly scaled options with distressed finishes that fit right into shabby chic decor schemes. The best part? Your island becomes a conversation piece that also solves multiple storage headaches. Two, soft and serene, creating your shabby chic color story. The backbone Ophany Shabby Chic Cottage starts with colors that whisper rather than shout. Think creamy whites, warm grays, and gentle neutrals on your walls and bigger furniture pieces. Then sprinkle in pastels like dusty rose, powder blue, soft sage, and lavender through pillows and curtains. Painting tongue-and-groove walls in shades like Benjamin Moore's White Dove bounces light around your space, making tiny rooms feel surprisingly spacious. From there, add faded florals and vintage linens in those same soft tones for a look that feels cohesive and calming. Exactly what cottage home decor should be. Celebrating worn and weathered finishes. Here's where shabby chic style really shines, embracing furniture that looks like it has a past. Distress paint techniques that reveal glimpses of color underneath create instant character and tell a story of years lived and loved. Try this on kitchen cabinets, bedroom dressers, or side tables. Even brand new pieces can get this treatment to fit your vintage cottage aesthetic. The beauty is in the imperfection, and honestly, those little chips and worn edges add way more personality than anything straight from a showroom ever could. One color wonder, monochromatic magic. While pastels get plenty of love, some of the most stunning tiny cottage interiors stick to one color family and let texture do the heavy lifting. Picture an all-white space where smooth painted furniture plays against rough wooden beams, crisp linens mix with delicate lace, and white pottery sits on weathered shelves. Prefer a hint of color? Try going tone-on-tone with blues or grays, dusty blue walls with French blue bottles, or soft gray furniture against charcoal curtains. This approach creates flow and makes small spaces feel larger while staying deeply interesting. Three. Thrifted treasures. Budget-friendly cottage decorating. The heart and soul of authentic shabby chic homes lives in pieces discovered at estate sales, thrift shops, and weekend flea markets. Train your eye to see past dust and outdated finishes. Look for solid bones and unique character instead. Create impact by collecting similar items. Mismatched vintage teacups lined up on open kitchen shelves, antique bottles catching sunlight on windowsills, or old books stacked as casual decor. These vintage cottage decor pieces bring a personal, collected-over-time vibe that makes your space feel genuinely yours, not catalog perfect. DIY magic, upcycling on a budget. Cottage decorating on a dime is all about seeing potential where others see junk. Transform that old ladder into a bathroom towel rack, stack vintage suitcases into a bedside table with hidden storage, or mount wooden crates as rustic floating shelves in your kitchen. Reupholster a thrifted chair in grain sack fabric for instant farmhouse charm, or turn an antique window into a serving tray with some handles and fresh paint. Each DIY upcycling project adds layers of personality and proves that the best cottage style comes from creativity, not credit cards. Blending old with new like a pro. The most beautiful cottage homes mix eras seamlessly. Vintage treasures live happily alongside carefully chosen new pieces. Balance a weathered antique table with modern ghost chairs for an unexpected twist, or pair family heirlooms with affordable finds from Target's Hearth and Handline. The secret is keeping your color palette and overall vibe consistent. Even new items should echo the soft tones and natural materials that define shabby chic cottage style. This mix keeps spaces feeling fresh and lived in simultaneously, capturing that perfect nostalgic yet modern sweet spot. Four. Texture Heaven, layering for ultimate cottage coziness. The foundation of cozy cottage decor lives in generous amounts of natural textiles that practically beg you to curl up and stay a while. Drape linen curtains to soften window light, toss chunky knit throws over furniture, and pile beds with vintage quilts and cotton pillows in varying patterns. Add jute or sisal rugs to anchor spaces, then layer smaller vintage rugs on top for extra warmth and visual interest. These organic materials don't just look good, they create that tactile, touchable quality that makes cottage spaces feel genuinely welcoming and lived in. Pattern mixing without the chaos. Worried about using patterns in small spaces? Don't be. Successful shabby chic cottage design is all about confident pattern mixing that adds personality without overwhelming. Start neutral, then bring in patterns within your soft color story. Faded florals, gentle stripes, small gingham checks, and classic ticking stripes all play nicely together when they share similar hues. Use solid neutrals as visual breaks, and remember that texture counts too. A nubby linen pillow or chunky knit throw adds interest without literal patterns. Done right, this mix makes tiny cottages feel curated and charming rather than cluttered. Seasonal swaps keep things fresh. One of the smartest budget-friendly decorating tricks? Changing out textiles seasonally to transform your cottage's mood without moving furniture. When warm weather hits, swap heavy velvets and wools for breezy linens and cottons in lighter colors and airier patterns. Come fall, bring back those cozy layers and richer tones. Store off-season textiles in vintage suitcases or wicker baskets that double as decor, because in cottage style, even storage should look good. These simple swaps keep your space feeling fresh and perfectly aligned with the changing seasons. Five. Lighting and final touches, details that complete the look. Ambient lighting can make or break your cottage vibe, especially in smaller homes where natural light might be limited. Skip harsh overhead fixtures and instead layer multiple softer sources. Combine table lamps, wall sconces, and candles to create pools of warm light throughout your space. Place lighting at different heights to add depth and avoid that flat, single-source look. The right cottage lighting turns your home into a glowing retreat where every corner feels inviting, especially as evening falls and those soft lights work their magic. Bringing the outdoors in. No cottage home feels complete without touches of nature woven throughout. Fill vintage pitchers with garden clippings, line your farmhouse kitchen windowsill with potted herbs, and arrange dried hydrangeas in distressed pottery around your space. Short on surfaces? Try hanging planters with trailing ivy, wall-mounted herb gardens that double as living art, or tall eucalyptus branches in simple vases to draw eyes upward. These botanical elements breathe life into your decor, creating that perfect balance between rustic charm and fresh, airy beauty. Making it personal, your story on display. The final layer that transforms a nicely decorated cottage into a true home? Personal touches that reflect your unique journey. Create gallery walls mixing family photos with botanical prints in varying vintage frames for that collected, eclectic feel. In tiny cottages, be selective, rotate collections seasonally to prevent clutter, while still enjoying your treasured pieces year-round. Display what you love, tell your story through meaningful objects, and remember that the most beautiful cottage isn't the most perfect one. It's the one that feels authentically, warmly yours. Conclusion. The real beauty of tiny cottage living isn't about square footage. It's about the thoughtfulness you bring to every choice, from clever farmhouse storage hacks to soft shabby chic colors that make rooms breathe. Through smart vertical solutions, Serene palettes, budget-friendly vintage finds, layered textures, and carefully chosen lighting, you can transform even the smallest space into a sanctuary that rivals any sprawling home. These cottage design principles prove that limitations spark creativity, and small spaces designed with intention often feel more welcoming than their larger counterparts. Every distressed chair, vintage picture, and curated shelf tells your story, blending farmhouse practicality with shabby chic romance in ways that are uniquely, beautifully you. As you start your own cottage decorating journey, remember this is a process, not a race. Let your space evolve naturally as you discover treasures, experiment with DIY projects, and learn what truly makes your heart happy. Start small. Maybe paint that thrifted dresser, install open shelving in your kitchen, or simply rearrange furniture to maximize light and flow. Your cottage doesn't need magazine-perfect styling to be beautiful. It just needs to reflect who you are, support how you live, and welcome you home with warmth every single day. Embrace the imperfections, celebrate each collected treasure, and trust that by combining smart solutions with romantic aesthetics, you're creating more than a house. You're building a haven where big style knows absolutely no size limits.